What's going on, YouTube? I'm back with another video and shit. And as you all know, the NBA Finals start Thursday and everything. Didn't anticipate this matchup between the Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors. My pick was a rematch between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Phoenix Suns, but as you all know, Phoenix came up short. It came up real small, and Milwaukee Bucks, they dealt with injuries to Chris Middleton, among others, and I really felt like, even though Milwaukee was still a strong team, the Bucks, make this long story short, I felt like them losing PJ Tucker and trading DiVincenzo for Serge Ibaka, who they didn't even use, pretty much kind of hurt them in the long run, shit, because they missed that versatility on defense and that 3 and D on offense. You know, they were big contributors, to Golden State. They were big contributors to what I was saying, Golden State. What the hell? They were big contributors to the Bucks championship last year, and I felt like the little things that they did was the key to them winning it all last year. And I felt like this year they missed it, But that's neither here nor there. What I want to talk about is this finals could be a big legacy boost for Steph Curry, it's probably a lot of people argue he's the greatest shooter of all time, I mean, there have been others like me personally. You can't leave people out like Larry Bird, can't leave people out like Reggie Miller, Dale Ellis, back in the days, there's so many of them, man. Dale Ellis, Reggie Miller, Larry Bird, of course, But Steph has that legitimate case, and he's built himself a pretty respectable resume, along the way and shit, right? But I feel like the people see. This may sound funny to folks. This may sound funny to some people, but I don't consider Steph Curry a top 20 player of all time yet. Maybe because he's a late bloomer. Maybe because even though he's great, his dominance really doesn't stand out. As far as like other people, people I have ahead of my list, you'll get random names. Never mind the top 10, right? I've got people like Dr. J, Julius Erving, Oscar Robertson, Jerry West, Moses Malone, Karl Malone. That may sound funny to some folks, but yeah, Karl Malone is ahead of him. I feel like the longevity for Karl Malone is another one I have. That's why I give Karl Malone the edge. Definitely give Karl Malone the edge in that regard. This might sound funny to some, but I have, Kevin Garnett and Kevin Durant ahead of Steph Curry, Yeah, Steph Curry has been more dominant as far as career-wise. But as far as, like, overall dominance as a basketball player, I felt like, yeah, Kevin Durant is pretty lacking in some areas as far as his resume. But as far as overall dominance and consistency, I feel like Kevin Durant right now has a slight edge. That might change here if the Warriors are able to win and how Steph Curry looks doing it. Of course, I got Isaiah Thomas ahead of him. A lot of people, I kind of fell into that sway. I thought about putting Isaiah, Steph Curry ahead of Isaiah Thomas. When you look at what Isaiah Thomas did, man, Isaiah Thomas might be the most underrated great of all time. I may not agree with some of his tactics, as far as what he did on the court, behind the scenes, but I can't deny his resume. I felt like people forget Isaiah was dominant even before the Bad Boys came about. Pistons were regular contenders in the mid 1980s. They had their battles with New York Knicks, Atlanta Hawks, and Boston Celtics, of course. But a lot of people think the bad boys started in the late 80s. Nah, they slowly but surely built towards that in the draft and shit. You know, they had Kelly Tribuca, you know, they had young Bill Laimbeer and shit. But they slowly but surely built. See, back in the early and mid 80s, during Isaiah Thomas's early years, right? They're more of a high octane offense. It wasn't until guys like Laimbeer, John Sally, Joe Dumars, Vinnie Microwave Johnson, Dennis Rodman were all drafted there that they became a defensive team. They became a very defensive-minded team, like going towards the mid to late 80s. And that's how they earned that moniker Bad Boys and shit. But I feel like, you know, I just can't, you know, I thought about it over the course of a couple of years, but as of now, I just can't put Steph ahead of Isaiah Thomas. That might change after this year, but I can't put Steph Curry ahead of Isaiah Thomas, man. You know, the thing with Steph is, like I said before, he's great, and he had dominant stretches, and of course, I can't put Akeem Olajuwon ahead of him. I can't put Steph ahead of Akeem Olajuwon, period. But like I said with Steph Curry, yeah, he's great. He's definitely great. I'm not going to take that away from him. He's definitely has the argument for the best shooter of all time, hands down. You know, and he's great, and he was dominant in stretches, but he wasn't consistently dominant. If that might sound real funny, you know. Yeah, he has the unanimous MVP. Yeah, he's won, 2 MVPs, right? But, like I said, his playoff numbers, I don't know if the word inconsistent is what I'm looking for. I don't know how to describe it. Like I said, he's looked good in some playoff series and then others, in particular the finals. Yeah, he scored a lot of points. And his career average in the finals is up there, you know, with the best of them. But at the same time, him playing with Kevin Durant them 2 years really kind of put a dent, put like a, what's the word I'm looking for? It put like a ceiling. It put a ceiling on his dominance with playing with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was so great, you know. Yeah, Steph made an argument for Finals MVP, but for as much as I didn't like the move with Golden State, you knew Kevin Durant was seamlessly gonna fit with them. You know, all he had to do was fit in, didn't have to do much, didn't require much of a change, right? So once Kevin Durant fit within the Golden State system, he kind of overshadowed Steph Curry. You know, maybe it's like a 1 and 1/8 thing, but at the same time, in key moments, Kevin Durant came off as the more dominant player. In particular, the 2017 finals. 2018 was a little bit more close, but I felt like that was a 1 and 1/8 thing. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. Steph Curry is a weird case for me as far as MVPs, as far as his all-time ranking. You know, if he's able to go out here in these finals and have a dominant performance to the point where you got to give him Finals MVP without a doubt, I might have to be inclined to finally move him to my top 20. But who does he go ahead? I mean, the people I got ahead of him right now, Isaiah Thomas, Kevin Durant, Kevin Garnett. You know, how far does he go up? How far can he go up? Basically, how far can he go up? You know, maybe possibly he can reach top 15 depending on how he ends this season. You know, the way I rank players, your end of the season body work, what you did and how you've been dominant And see, you don't have to win a championship to move up on my list. Now, I take dominance, I take longevity, I take consistency. You know, I take that in regard. I take that in regard. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Um, but where do you think Steph Curry ranks if he's able to win another championship? But only that to boot, a Finals MVP. Where would he rank for you guys? Me personally, I would have to put him in somewhere with, trending towards top 15 all time. But who does he move in here? I still have no idea. Because even then, with 4 championships, he will only have 1 MVP and only 2 regular season MVP. One, of course, being unanimous. But like I said, his dominance is great, but inconsistent. It's more so on the offensive end than the defensive end. He really hasn't made any all defensive teams, and he isn't known as really a defensive stopper, though he had his moments. He's had his moments. I'm not going to deny that, but being consistently good to great on the defensive end, that's something that's pretty lacking. Of course, they've never been, they've never been players that have excelled on defense that didn't stop them from becoming all-time great. But still, all in all, that's how you look, you know. But let me know what y'all think. What would y'all rank Steph Curry if he's able to win the fourth NBA championship along with the Finals MVP? Let me know in the comments section. I'm going to holler at y'all cats later.